Breaking: she's just been arrested. He was caught in her bed. Just another day and another woman caught sneaking a boy into her home to have an alleged sexual relations while her husband isn't home. What are we going to do with these ravenous women? This story features a Christian school teacher who arrested for a sick crime after her husband caught her allegedly sexually abusing a high school boy in their bed. Imagine walking into your bedroom and seeing your wife raping a teenage boy. Sounds horrible, right? It's sad enough to get a woman arrested at her home. The woman's charges were lengthy and made me wonder what in the world was going on in the evidence submitted by the woman's husband. The scenario began unfolding when Andrea Nicole Baber's husband allegedly caught her in bed with a 15-year-old high school student. Baber, 29, was a teacher working in the English department at the Logos Christian Academy School. She's no longer working there, and her bio on the school's website was pulled down. She allegedly was teaching a little bit more than English. After the husband caught her in bed with the teen boy victim, the husband then took matters into his own hands and handled the situation nearly perfectly. The boy's parents were sent photos of Baber and the teen boy in bed. It's possible that the person who sent the boy's father the raunchy pictures was Baber's husband. The boy's father filed a report with the police. Baber was arrested days later and charged with a multitude of sexual and drug-related crimes, Washington Post reports. A 29-year-old teacher in Oregon is accused of numerous sex crimes after authorities said she had carried on a sexual relationship with an underage student. Andrea Nicole Baber, who taught literature, writing and speech at Logos Christian Academy in Springfield, started a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old student in 2016, officials with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office said. Authorities said in a statement that Baber also gave the teenager marijuana. Baber was taken into custody last week on numerous charges, including third-degree rape, third-degree sodomy, contributing to the sexual delinquency of a minor, and first-degree online sexual corruption of a minor. She was also charged with unlawful delivery of marijuana to a person under 18 years of age, authorities said. What's with the female teachers this year? It seems like there's at least one female teacher caught molesting a young strapping male high school student. If they're looking for a cheap date, then there's plenty of willing guys who are 18 years old and of legal age of consent. There's no need for a woman to cheat on her husband with a young boy who is half her age. She can feed her sick desires with someone a few years older and not go to prison. Her marriage will still be ruined, but at least she won't lose her job and spend the next few years in a jumpsuit while sucking down prison food that's almost guaranteed to be better than Michelle Obama's free school lunch program food. Further reports state that the boy told more details about how these events unfolded. He reportedly said that he and Baber started flirting last year, but then it turned into something much more. They started having sexual relations at her house once or twice per week. Sounds like she was teaching him more than English while allegedly providing him enough drugs to relax. How daring is someone who sneaks people into their own home while their wife or husband is not home? The nerve of someone to do that, knowing that they could come back home anytime, and still they risk their marriage, career, and everything that goes with it. Not one aspect of that sounds like it was worth the risk, because now Baber will start a new life, after prison, if she goes, with no hope to get hired as a teacher again. Many people with a sense of humor will turn this story into one of a young man succeeding in his conquest to conquer an older woman and get high fives from his friends. A young man who's ready for college and all the parties and promiscuity. But we must bring this back to reality and remind everyone that this is a 29-year-old woman sleeping with an underage boy who is nearly half her age. This scenario isn't a 19-year-old woman sleeping with a 17-year-old boy who is 3 days from turning 18. She is legit old compared to the boy. So it's somewhat sad. There can be no double standard just because it's a boy having sex with a woman. If this were a young girl having sex with a much older man, then people would call him a rapist. Should we have double standards? Probably not, because it's not that hard for women to stop sleeping with underage boys. The teacher should have known better. She could have gone to a local dive bar if she was interested in a cheap thrill or a one-night stand. Most of all, she shouldn't be cheating on her husband in the first place. Now she could spend a few years in prison thanks to her sick infidelity being exposed.